It's your girl Tosin, aka Sickle Cell Warrior. Hey! It's been a while since I've done videos, so decided to start that up again. And our first video will be tips for surviving the summer with sickle cell. I know. It's a little on the nose, but why not? So I'm just going to give you a few tips, the best strategies that I have found, and based on discussions on our Facebook page of some just really helpful and amazing tips to get through the summer safely without having significant crises. My very first crisis was a summer crisis, so I know how challenging and difficult it can be to survive in the summer with sickle cell disease. All right. So let's break it down. Tip number one, water. I mean, you guys know water is like the number one weapon in our arsenal against sickle cell. And during the summer, you're perspiring, you're sweating naturally more than you might normally do the rest of the year. So you have to actually increase your water intake to account for the insensible water loss that you're getting from perspiring. So there's an amazing formula that I've discovered into finding exactly how much water you should be drinking. Now, this is water, not fluids. This is just like hardcore pure water. All right. So you take however much you weigh in pounds, divide it by 2, and then convert that into liters. So for me, I'm 160. Shh, don't tell anyone. So divide that into 2, that's 80 ounces. Convert that into liters, that's 2.2 liters that I should be drinking every day. And I generally don't make that mark, so I need to actually increase my water intake. So set that as a goal for yourself and take a water bottle with you. I've also noticed that for some reason, using a straw makes me drink more. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. You could try it and see. But I noticed that I drink a lot more fluids or a lot more water when I use a straw. So that might be a helpful suggestion. But just take sips. Take sips all throughout the day. And if you have your water bottle close, then it's not too hard to take a sip. So definitely increase your water intake. And no matter what you're doing, just remember hydration, hydration, hydration is the name of the game. All right, tip number 2. Now, this one just has to do with the changes in temperature. As you guys know, we're very sensitive to temperature. And the changes in temperature during the summer, actually, you're exposed to it a lot more than you would be during other seasons. Because what is the typical person doing during the summer? Blasting their AC 24/7. No matter where you go. If you go to the mall is freezing. If you go to the movie theater is freezing. You go to your friend's house, her house is freezing. Everywhere you go is cold, except for your own house. So you definitely have to plan for these temperature changes. So take a sweater with you, layer yourself so that you can remove or add clothes as necessary depending on where you're going. Some people, you plan a great adventure in the middle of the afternoon, but you forget that you're not going to get home until 8, 9 o'clock at night. And by then it's like freezing. So you don't want to like cause yourself to have a crisis if you can avoid it. So definitely take that sweater with you and just, try to maintain your natural body temperature. Now, going from a hot area to a cold area, what happens is that your blood vessels actually narrow, and they get narrower because your body's trying to protect you by conserving your heat. But the problem with that is that we have sickle cell. So if our blood vessels get narrower, it's like trying to change an 8-lane highway into a 2-lane highway. Of course, there's going to be a traffic jam. So just keep that in mind. That's like, it's something that not a lot of people realize that could be their trigger. So that's why I'm reiterating it over and over again. Temperature changes. Pack and dress accordingly. All right. Now, number 3, Swimming, 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 swimming. Now, this, oh my gosh, my very first crisis was because of swimming. So, this one is near and dear to my heart. And I know a lot of people, love swimming, can swim, but what happens with sickle cell is that by you immersing your whole body into the water, you're forcing your body to make that rapid adjustment for the temperature change. And so the vaso-occlusion, the narrowing of the highway blood vessels that I talked about before, is going to happen, but even at a more accelerated rate, you know. So how do you go around this? Two words. Oh, okay. More than two words. All right. Number one, get a dry suit or a wet suit. Yes, they're two different things. Um, Dry suit is usually used by deep sea divers because it's really cold at the bottom of the ocean. So it actually doesn't allow water to penetrate your body. So when you come out, you're dry. That's why it's called a dry suit. A wetsuit is used by, pretty much like everyone who likes to do stuff in the ocean. And with the wetsuit, water does go through it, but what it does is it holds the same water. So your body warms it up and it kind of keeps that same fluid like covering you. So that's the protection and that's the difference between the two of them. So dry suits are more expensive than wet suits, but dry suits are the shiznit for sickle cell. If you can afford it, get a dry suit. If you can't afford it, you can start with a wetsuit and then work your way up. And see if that helps, especially for the kids. I know the kids love to swim, and it's like hard as a parent, as a mom, telling them, "Oh, you can't go in the ocean, you can't swim with your friends." So just get them a wetsuit or a dry suit, and then also once they are done swimming, immediately you need to take their clothes off, towel them down, put some baby oil or some Vaseline, and put dry clothes on. Now, I use baby oil or Vaseline, and look at my skin, it's marvelous. I use baby oil or Vaseline because I believe that when I'm that cold, it seals my pores and kind of helps my body like warm back up. But, you could probably use normal lotion. It might do the same thing, but definitely, towel dry as soon as you get out of the water and put on warm clothes. And definitely that, you don't want to stay in the cold, wet clothes because obviously that will be a trigger. That's like sickle cell 101. The next, so that's how you can get through with swimming. All right. You're welcome. The next thing is traveling. And, we've done like 2 traveling videos. So definitely go back and check those out on the channel. But just also keep in mind that you just have to cater to your sickle cell in your travel plans. Pack Motrin, pack Tylenol with you, take your medications, make sure it's in your carry-on luggage and not the luggage that gets checked because you want to have it like on you in your purse, accessible if you need it. I know that flying is a trigger for me because of the high altitudes, and so I fly with travel oxygen, and that definitely helps a lot. But if you don't have any issues with your lungs or issues with flying, you probably can get away without doing it. But if you have had issues flying, I definitely recommend a travel oxygen, an oxygen concentrator. And if you do realize that you're on the plane and you're just feeling like a full blown crisis, definitely press that bell and get the flight attendants. They have emergency oxygen that you can request if you feel like you're short of breath or that you're not getting enough oxygen on the plane. It's the best kept secret. It's free too. Shh, don't tell them I told you. All right. Final tip. When you are outdoors and you are having fun with your peeps and you're like, hey, let's go play, or let's play volleyball or whatever, definitely pace yourself. Listen to your body. Your body is the best gauge of how active you should be. So if you are finding it hard to breathe or you feel like your heart is really palpitating really fast, that's your body telling you you need to take a break. So take a break, hydrate, and then you can get back in the game once you're feeling okay. All right, guys, I hope you are going to have a fabulous, fantastic summer, a healthy summer with no crises, at least minimal crises. I hope these tips, I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Be well. Mwah.